Do you think, Ted, that our energy policy in this country is too reactive?
I don't think we have an energy policy.
At all?
That's what Boone Pickens says. That's why we're trying to get a bill passed and get a policy, because we don't have one. We're just floundering around.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is? What is it about this country that we're stuck on energy?
Well, you know, I think it's a very complex issue. It's the most complicated issue that the government of the United States has ever faced, and that the people of the world have ever faced, because this is not just a United States problem. It's a problem all over the world. And we had that meeting in Copenhagen, and we could see how difficult it was. Yeah. But the United States is the biggest polluter and the biggest energy user in the world, and what we do, and we're in a leadership position. It's very important that we lead in a responsible and progressive way, and that's what I'm working on, to try and encourage our senators and congressmen that this is a really important issue, and it deserves their attention and their activity and action.
And you say get rid of coal, get rid of oil.
Phase them out.
And do it now.
Do it. Well, it'll take a few years to do, but do it as quickly as possible with the same enthusiasm and hard work that we did to get to the moon. It's just as important, if not more important, than getting to the moon.
Talking about the ongoing oil spill, spilling thousands and thousands of gallons into the Gulf of Mexico right now, could be millions. How does that make this debate even more immediate? I mean, you look, they cannot plug the hole. It's been over 20 days. We're trying to send, people to Mars, and we can't plug the hole.
Sad. It's sad. I'm not a real religious person, but I'm somewhat religious. And I'm just wondering if God's telling us He doesn't want us to drill offshore, because it sure is setting back offshore drilling. And right before that, we had that coal mine disaster in West Virginia where we lost 29 miners. And last week, or 2 days ago, the Chinese lost 29 miners too, in another mine disaster over in China. It seems like there's one over there every week. And maybe, the Lord's tired of having the mountains of West Virginia, the tops knocked off of them so they can get more coal. I think maybe we ought to just leave the coal in the ground and go with solar and wind power and geothermal where it's applicable.
So possibly God's working away.
Well, it could be. He's sending us a message.
Talk to us about, you support nuclear energy.
I like wind and solar better, but I'd sure rather see a nuclear plant than I would a coal burning plant.
Why?
Because it's cleaner.
It is cleaner.
Even with coal, you're going to get killed, and with nuclear, you have a chance of getting killed. But at least you have a chance of not getting killed either.
Most people don't say it that way. That's an interesting way.
Well, that's the way I see it.
That's the way you say it.
Give me nuclear over coal.